We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the hub.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 2004 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as the head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A 1st down throw from Mills. Open man is Howard, the tight end. This defense for the Bears, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Mills on 1st down. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mills now from the 50. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
First and 10, it's Pierce. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Caught left side by Mechie. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A lot of talk this week about balls. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Pierce takes it straight ahead. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Mills. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. One play action. Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Stopped on the play by Kyler Gordon.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First down, Mills. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mills. This ball caught by Mechie. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Here we go, set.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Throwing, Mills. That's complete to Pierce. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Here's Pierce. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. To throw is Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Fields now to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mills to throw it. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 7. Touchdown, Bears! Byron Pringle from 4 yards out. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mills now. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Here's Jones. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Left side, got Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. 12 more yards there and another first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Fields. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game,
Fields is intercepted for a third time. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Pierce on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw is Mills. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play action. It's Fields. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back, They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On second down, Montgomery. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Forced out to his left. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos for the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They go again with Ogunbowale. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jones on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Jonathan Grenard in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 15 now. Fields under pressure, and they got to him again. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover